Okay, so it is recording. So sure. All right. So she worked at Wendy's, quit. I worked at Wendy's, and then she got rehired. We worked together for a couple weeks until a mutual friend of ours told me that she wanted to have my number, and I felt ecstatic because I really didn't have a history of relationships. I mean, I was like 17 at the time, but I really didn't have a history of relationships as much kids, as many as kids have nowadays. But she asked our friend to have my number. I felt ecstatic because I'm not going to get into it, but I'll say she was a solid 10 beyond. But we started dating, and one of the first things we did is, hang out in my car, just making out. But we both felt something, you know. And the thing we felt was a kind of thing you couldn't just ignore, you had to just go with it. So we went with it for about a month or so, and then her living situation kind of changed because she was 21, 22 at the time, and she was living with her grandma. So I begged my parents to move her in. She moved in. My parents' stipulation was for her to, sleep in the bed downstairs, and I would sleep upstairs. We didn't do that. Um, I don't want to get too graphic, but she was my first sexual experience, and we took that to a degree of, epic proportions. We did practically everything. And one of the things that we did do was not to be graphic, but we had sex, and 1 plus 1 equals reproduce life. Upon that discovery, I was nothing but supportive. Nothing but supportive. I wanted that, a baby. I wanted us to get married. I wanted we to start a life. So in the next couple weeks, I asked her to marry me. I'm gonna say everything. So I proposed to her in the place we first really had a connection, which was this park down the street from Wendy's where we worked. All during my proposal, she kept talking, saying, just not disrespectful things, but kind of things that would contradict what I said. But all in all, she said yes. So, we were engaged a couple weeks. One day we had a fight. Oh, I will point out, I won't get into it too much, but I will point out that she had been pregnant and aborted before this happened. She was pregnant with this guy, and he ultimately, kind of lied, deceitful kind of way, had her feel that the right thing was to be, to get an abortion. So, that was baggage right there. So, this is the second time she has been pregnant. And I don't care what any of you are saying. Listen to this. It's just the honest truth. So, we had a fight, and she gave me the ring back. That's what happened. Can't really change it. But we had still, planned to go along with pregnancy. And I can't remember much between what I'm about to say versus what happened, which was her giving me the ring back, but I know for a fact I will, if I'm wrong, shoot me in the head, because I know I'm not wrong. While she was still living here, me and her, we were watching the movie Fool's Gold with Michael McConaughey and whoever else. I don't remember her name. Just FYI, don't ever, if anybody's watching this, don't ever ask me to watch that movie. So we were watching Fool's Gold, and my mom comes in. And at this point in time, my parents had been, just saying, y'all should just get rid of it. Y'all's life just, y'all's life? I don't know, that's really weird. But your lives just don't need a child at this point in time. And she just kind of kept going on and on a little bit for a couple minutes until my mom asked this question: who wants to get rid of it? Asking me and Brittany. Who wants to get rid of it? Who doesn't want this to happen? And I'm not saying this to say she's an evil person, or she's a bad person, or she was wrong. I'm saying this because it's true. My mom asked that question, and obviously since my parents were for the decision of not having a child, she raised her hand. Before I get to the next section, I will have to say it honestly, truthfully, not deceitfully. Brittany said, and I quote, "He, as in me, wants it, but I don't." At that point in time, after my mom raised her hand for the abortion, she did too. Me, with tears in my eyes, pouring down my face. I looked at my mom, looked at Brittany, raised my hand. And I know that that was the best decision. Because at this point in time, me with the kid, I don't want to do that to the kid. She didn't want to do that to the kid. But it's just the fact that I'm saying that me with the kid, I'd be a bad parent. I just, I know that I would be a good parent, but not at that time. But that's not the point. The point is, I thought what I wanted is what she wanted, and it wasn't. And it's not like I want people to know that because it's a sob story, because it's a story of how life can go bad. It's a story. It's a fact. It's truth. If you don't believe it, then obviously you don't believe in what's honest and real. So I'm gonna keep recording just because I'm not I'm not an attention seeker. I'm really not. But the things that most people should know about me, they should know about me. And I can go into details. And I probably will. Um, one of the next details I can think about. And once again, if you're still watching this video, you want to know. You want to understand. And I appreciate that. Because you understand. Or at least you want to understand the human spirit. And I'm saying this not to feel sorry for myself, not for other people to feel sorry, but given some circumstances, I have tried to kill myself. Now, they were out of emotional and stressful times, but they did happen. And there's, not that much that I want to say about it. But I will say this. I, Dylan Burns, correction. I, Dylan Lane Burns, son of Karen Ray Burns and Daryl Lloyd Burns. Well, technically Karen Ray Green. But I have been a bad person. I have been bad to myself, but mostly I have been bad to, at this point in time, the most significant person in my life that is not family, which is my ex-girlfriend, Brittany. There's nothing I can do to make it up to her. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can express. There's nothing I can physically or mentally do other than not talk to her anymore. Just, I know for a fact, and I say that, and it might not mean anything, but to me it does. I really feel that the next person that I call girlfriend, will become my wife. I believe in love, but what I thought as love was a lie masqueraded by myself. But that's not who I am. Not anymore. It's not me. I've been a piece of shit. I've been a piece of shit, an asshole, a terrible boyfriend, a horrible supporter. I'm done with that. I can't do that anymore. I want to be the shoulder to cry on. I haven't had that since 3 years. I want to start anew. I want to feel something new through. I want to know that it's. I want to know that it's new through the fact that I have done things bad. I want to really realize the bad is good. And I've gotten to that point that I feel like I've hit bottom. I know people have hit bottom a lot harder than I have. And I don't want to call myself special or in any way self-righteous. But there's something in this world that I'm supposed to do. I know that. Everyone around me knows that. My friends, my family. And if it comes down to it, and I can just make someone smile, that's enough. It's the reason I act so kooky, so weird. Because to those people, they might not experience it, but most of them, probably will. That, you know, I act a little crazy to someone, and I walk away. For a split second, the only thing in that person's mind is how I made them laugh. I mean, I don't, I don't know. I mean, I've always been the kind of person to say there's too many people in this world. That might be true, but the main thing is, obviously, as anyone knows, there's not enough good people. And I do what I can with what I got. It's a stupid statement, but I'm gonna say it. I'm the only person like me that I know. People that are unique should show it. Let's see, what else should I talk about? Actually, I don't know. I might save this or anything going on up there for tomorrow. I love you all. And even if I say bad things, it's not true. Everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves the possibility of making things better. Everyone deserves something.